to TimberBorn and a new series, and we're going to be trying a completely new map. So first off, we're going to go Iron Teeth this time for this series. So that, and the new map that we are going to be going for, let me just turn down my headphones, is Badwater Ridge. This is a map that came out of the competition that the creators of TimberBorn have just completed. And just to read you the little blurb, Badwater Ridge is known for its difficult terrain, vast output of good water, but most importantly, its bad water. Downstream colonies of the ridge are having big problems. They are getting less and less water, and the water they're getting is significantly more polluted. As a previous colony has attempted years ago, but ultimately failed, presumably due to the ridge's inhospitable terrain and dangerous waters. The situation has only worsened since then, and you, an experienced beaver viceroy, are tasked with fixing it. Initially, scouting on your sovereign side of the ridge aren't promising. The water is polluted, the terrain isn't traversable, and the nearest clean source of water looks far away on top of the ridge. Alas, the problem won't fix itself, and will you be able to prosper in such a polluted environment? Will you be able to control the erosion of the ridge, clean the waters, and establish control of the nearby flatlands? The goal of the map is to force the player to interact with bad water. Shutting off one bad water source isn't enough. Your river won't run clean until you block off bad water from 3 different locations. Even then, the river is also leaking in 4 locations. Progress will be incremental, but also very satisfying. Yes, this is a map that's been created by someone in the community. I apologize, I didn't make a note of who it was. If I remember, and I am a good content creator, I will put your name up on the screen when I do the edit. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Reading the description from the competition website, this sounds like it's going to be a challenge. So yep, we're going to go for it. I am going to go on hard mode. If I die, we will reset and we will try again and we will learn. So let's begin. I'm looking forward to this. I had read the description of this map a little while ago when the last series was wrapping up, and I was thinking about what maps I wanted to maybe move to next. And this one jumped out at me as probably being quite challenging. I have literally not looked at it beyond the description and the 1 or 2 pictures on the competition website. So we're all seeing it cold, unless you've played it, obviously. So yep, let's get started. So this is Badwater Ridge, and I am going to pause straight away so we can have a bit of a look around. So wow, there's a lot of bad water there. I'm hoping we're going to get some good. So, yep. I'm hoping there's going to be some good coming through. I'm guessing we need to quite quickly knock these out to get our Horseshoe Lake filled up. Who did GCSE geography here? Yep. Bit of metal there. There's some metal there. There's a few berry bushes there, but not a lot. Yeah, this is going to be pretty tough. This does look tough. Okay. There's some oaks on that side of the river, and there's a few bits of pine there. Okay, well, I think the very first thing we will do is get our beavers coming across there, and going to run a path around the edge of this. I'm going to tell them to demolish the... No, cancel. We're going to demolish the 2 inside ones, and we're going to work our way out. We're going to have 4 beavers going in there. We probably want to... Let's run a path across there. Get a lumberjack going at least on that, and let's get a food, get a gatherer set up here, and then let's set a cut area for him or her or them. I'm running exactly the same mods as I had installed last time. I am going to put a log pile in so we can start to store the logs, and I think we'll just get things going and see what starts to happen. Maybe, I mean, I guess we're basically getting a mixed water supply in here, so yeah, so let's think about throwing in a deep water pump so we can get some water pumping. You're going to get yourself stuck, good sir. So let's cancel that quickly because you're silly. Let's throw in a few more lumberjacks. Get those going. But yeah, you were going to get yourself stuck. So let's demolish you now. Now we can set that to be demolished again. Get you going. Yeah. This looks grim. This looks grim and hard. And I guess it's unpolluted enough that, I mean, maybe we didn't want to delete all of these because then we can't get to the island, but we have, so it's kind of too late. So I think probably what I should do is move this path back to here. Pause a second. I'm going to go quite slowly at the start because this does feel like a huge challenge. Feels like a huge challenge. Oh, that looks kind of weird. Yeah. It really does feel like a big old challenge. So, we also need to demolish that because I've just noticed over the back here click off the build menu and show we're getting bad water coming in here, and otherwise that doesn't have a route out. So yeah. Jeez, this feels hard already. Let's demolish that one as well. We want to... That's going to be a low priority. We've got wood down here, which we can get to. We've got wood over here as well, which we can get to. Okay, that's less of a panic. So food... Farmhouse. Get a farmhouse in. Plant crops. Kohlrabies. Let's just get the area that we can planted up with kohlrabies. This is going to be so hard. I already feel like I've messed the start up. Because what I think I should have done is left 3 of these and just put a dam or a floodgate in. So I already feel like I've screwed this up. And we're not even through the first day yet. So water's in. Let's get farmhouse being built. Should have demolished that one, and they're not going to be able to get to it unless I build something. So we're going to leave that. We're going to demolish those two. We need to. We'll try and build something to get to that. I mean, I guess we could build a dam and recover the logs. You know, we could do that, but can we farm? We can farm that bit as well. Plant crops. Kohlrabies. In there. Yep. And then we need storage for water. Pit tanks are 28 logs and 60. 15 logs and 30. So pit tanks are more efficient, but we'd have to put them down here. I think we want to put them here. I'm going to put 4 of those in for water. This already feels so difficult. It already feels so difficult. How long until we're starting to get berries, which is good. So I am going to throw in already our first breeding pod as well. I did mark them all to be cut, so they are cutting them. So that's in. We need to get that built. So they plant food, so we get some food grown, hopefully, before the first drought. So we're then going to need storage for the food. So we need to then do a medium warehouse. So that's highest priority. That's next priority, as is that. That's going to be for kohlrabies. Yep. So that's been opened up now. So that should mean that this will drain, hopefully. Hopefully we don't have a problem where we've left that, and that's going to send that through that way, which is hopefully okay. A lot of hoping going on here already. Oh, yeah. We don't have enough beavers to pick the berries, so we're going to do that. And once this is full, I'm just going to use gatherer flags to store berries for now. I'm going to make that job a priority so that we are getting water. That farming is going on. Yes, we can have 1 farmer. I think that would be... No, we're going to need 2 farmers. So that's going to be a high priority job as well. So let's go down to 2 builders. Starting to build the water. Good. Got 1 spare beaver. We'll have 3 builders then. Thank you. Yep. I may as well cut these trees down because although they're hydrated at the moment, as soon as we get a bad tide, they'll die. As soon as we get a drought, they might die. So, yeah. There is a little bit of metal here. Have a look around the map while the beavers are doing stuff. There's a bit of metal up here, but getting up here is going to be a challenge. So, yeah, that's coping for now. We got any mines or any? There's a lot of bad water sources there. Big thing of metal up there. Mine there. Turn off the water up here. It's nice up there. There's a few underground ruins around. Lots of metal around. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Is that underwater there? Yeah. Yeah. Right. Our food's going in. That's good. Good. Water's being pumped. We're at minus I'm not worried about shelter yet. I'm not worried about shelter yet. We'll get the water bill, and then maybe we get that bill. Are you full? You're full. So let's put in another gatherer flag. This feels like it's going to be a real challenge. And ideally, I'd be thinking about some sort of dam at this point, but I think it's better to build the things we've got planned, and then we'll start thinking about building a dam. And we need science, don't we? Jeez, science. Definitely going to need science, because we need a forester so we can grow our own trees. The amount the irrigation is spreading seems very small, and I guess that's because the water's polluted. And I guess that's one of the things that we are going to need to try and tackle early on, is blocking off some of the bad tide stuff. So maybe we need to... I think definitely we need to be thinking about getting across the river. And then maybe, I know it says you need to be looking at blocking off many sources, but maybe first we just start blocking this one off. We probably need to be dropping stream gauges in and seeing where the worst of the pollution's coming from, so that we're keeping the good stuff and losing the bad stuff. That makes sense. But initially I just want to prioritize actually surviving. Surviving is kind of important. We have a spare beaver at them. So you're going to be chopping wood, because wood seems to be our limiting factor at the moment. So we're going to go down one more even. We're going to bring path over here. How does that's staying just okay. So I think that might have been the thing in the text description that was scaring me that we needed to deal with. So let's prioritize building that. Are you full already? You are. So let's pause you and let's do another one. Because there are still some berries there. So let's get those as well. You're in. So that should be filled up when the beavers stop work. And that will start helping replenish. We aren't actually getting positive on our water, so I think we need a second water pump, and that's probably because, or at 94% productivity, so the water's not too polluted. So they're working on that now, which is good. So we've got our first beaver on the way. I'm going to prioritize building the water pump. Dude is emptying the berries off. So I think now probably we start to plan our first bit of damage. It's going to look something like that. And yeah. Hopefully that'll work. Hopefully we've got enough wood to make that, and there's a decent amount down here. So guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. That can be built, then they'll start working on the second water pump, I guess. And then we'll do science. Yeah. Are we looking for food? We've got a bit of time on food. So let's pause that. and get a few more cutting down wood. So I'm going to put those in, but I'm going to make them low priority jobs so that when I unpause the farm, which is going to be pretty soon actually, that they very quickly drag back the workers. Second water pump should help us get positive, and I think probably we're looking, I always forget early on when we can expect to see our first drought or bad tide and that kind of thing. So yeah, cool, that's in, that's good. It's going to give us a much better food situation because we have quite a lot of kohlrabi. I'm actually thinking that going to build a second warehouse for those. There we go. So we in fact didn't actually get those built at all, but that's fine. So we are one worker short. Let's pause one of you. I guess you're saying you don't have anything in range probably, so let's bring that over there. Empty, and then let's build a couple of them over there. I'm going to prioritize the building of them so they happen, and those trees are marked for cutting, so that's good. That should happen. You've got space for berries, which is good. There's food, there's water, there's kohlrabi's growing. So we've got 2 spare beavers, which will go into cutting that down. And then I guess the next wood resource we want to get is this one. Yeah, I'm scared to go to triple speed at the moment. Scared to go to triple speed at the moment as dawn breaks on our little colony, and things are looking kind of cool, but equally kind of scary. So yeah, let's put that back on. I think what I should do is slightly, for now, deprioritize those. I'm not too worried about running through the first drought without a dam. I tend to do that. I would rather, if I set that to be max, oh, you Egypt, kohlrabi's. Right, let's give the priority to that. So those are in. Someone put them the wrong way around. Rather than rebuild them because they're temporary, we'll just do that. Yeah, they should now be able to harvest and store a load of the kohlrabi's, which is good. We actually got our firstborn out, which is cool. I like that. Although it's a low priority job, they seem to be working on building it rather than building this. This one's nearly got all its logs in, which is cool. So hopefully they'll get that cleared in a bit. That's also low priority. Yep, that could be lowest priority, in fact, because I'd rather they put logs into these while they're chopping them down. We need to decide where to grow trees, and we don't really have anywhere great to grow trees at the moment. It's all this kind of long, thin stuff because the water is somewhat polluted. I want your opinion on something, and I think some of you are not going to care, and some of you are going to think that I am the spawn of Satan. And so I'm going to ask you to decide. what you think about this. Okay? Don't hate me. I'm not going to do it yet. I want your feedback. We need to get across the river. We could either invest 100 science and 4 planks and 2 logs to build platforms to get across the river. Or, that's per block. Or, per block, we could use 3 logs and build tiny warehouses. We could do either. I am pondering the slightly cheaty way because we need, although we're going to need planks to get up here anyway, because we're going to need to be building some serious staircases. So maybe that isn't going to actually buy us that much. So you can be paused and you can be paused. And we now have 3 spare beavers. So let's focus our log cutting over here. 2, 3. Do we really need... Yeah, wood is still kind of the limiting factor. So let's pause that one and unpause that one because it's got some space. And yeah, we're getting the kohlrabies harvested. We maybe need a second farmhouse actually to cover that area. So let's put in a second farmhouse. We are 1.3 days away from our first drought. So actually what we should do is prioritize building that. And then as we need to, what I'm going to do is a little bit of preemptive management of jobs, and we'll set you to harvesting because there's going to be a drought, so there's not a lot of point in replanting because we're not going to have all of this built anyway. And you're going to be set to harvesting as well once you're built. We've got enough logs to build it, so I'm going to pull in a few more builders. And yeah, see if we can get this farmhouse built, get all of these kohlrabies cleared. That's interesting that some of these are drying out, although they had enough water to grow previously. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, if they could get this built pretty quick and we can clear all of these kohlrabies off without bothering to plant any more, that would be good because we can get a load of food in store. We've got 70 water and 12 beavers. So 12 beavers are going to use, what, 25? It's 2.5, isn't it? So 25 plus about 30 water. So we've got enough water for 2.5 days. So really, even at this point, we could maybe do with another water pump. And we're up to 84 now. We might be okay with 2 water pumps. We'll see. We'll see how we get on. They might be a bit thirsty by the end of it, I guess. They might be a bit thirsty by the end of it. I'm still amazed that they haven't all died already. So, yeah. But that's going to take... It should take away from those. We're actually 4 beavers short. Yeah, because that should only be 2. That's okay. We're up to 48 science. So we're not too far away from... Let's astonish you. Not too far away from being able to put the forester in. It's weird how that's changing. Weird how that's changing. We need to, and I guess actually one of the things that we could try and do, if I blocked it there, it would go off the back of the map, wouldn't it? Yeah. And rather than going that way, we should go this way. We should try and get up here. there's... No, that's not drought. That's what's changed. Stuff is changing before the drought kicks in. That's weird. I guess maybe things are drying up, yeah. Things are drying up at different rates. That's kind of interesting. That's interesting. But yeah, what I'm thinking is maybe rather than attacking it from this side, we've got bad water sources here. We've got 2. If we came around here and somehow went side here. Oh, that looks pretty soupy, doesn't it? That looks pretty soupy. Still pulling water out of it. Still pulling water out of it. So it's starting to affect things, but... Alright, let's pause you. Let's pause you. And you. They're paused. Right, there. You guys focus on getting the kohlrabies in, please. Then, whilst we've got a bit of extra labour, we'll bring down another forester. And we'll start working on cutting down these trees. That seems like a sensible idea to me. And yeah, they can then work on getting that built ready for when things are good. It's really, I guess, kind of ultimately what you'd want is some sort of way of filtering the water. But the only way we can filter water, what we have is the deep mechanical pump, and that's end game. That's not where we are now. So, yeah, we've got 1.7 days to get those kohlrabies harvested, but it's only a 4-day drought. We've got 77 water. Nothing to do in range. Let's mark those to be cut as well. Get those cleared off nice and quick. And we'll move some foresters down here. And then we really, really badly need to plant some trees. We've got all these oaks over here, but we need to be able to get to them. And yeah, you're done. Oh, that was a silly idea. Let's let them get all of the logs out of there first. So pause, pause, pause. And let's put some more jacks here, here, and here. And yeah, they can get those built, and that will be wonderful. That path across to there. Yeah, they can reach that now. We're going to get most of those harvested, but first drought's going to be interesting, which tells me a few things. We need more water pumpage and more water storage, even for our very small colony. And I'm going to keep things very small at the moment, I think. I'm going to keep things very small. I think otherwise we're at the risk of dying out. I'd rather things took a little bit longer. Wow, it's not a lot of trees, is it? Got enough science now, actually. I think that we need, let's pause So let me think. Let me think. If I want to build the forester, we need planks. Build planks, we need the wood workshop, which is 20 logs, and then we need power. To do power, we either need the compact water wheel or the Conan's wheel. It's 100 logs. That's 25 logs. I think we should use the Conan, the compact water wheel. And I think with how fast it rips through here, that generates, I think one of these might generate enough. This might be famous last words. But I'm going to gamble that that is going to be enough. I'm going to put our first lumber mill there. I'm going to prioritize building those. Let's get going. I'm going to brave it. I'm going to triple speed it. Yeah, we've really not got a lot of wood left. So we need to get those in. And then we need to get this guy in. I'm going to put it here. And then, yes, and then we can plant along here. And we're probably going to need to put in multiple foresters. So, we got a lot of that kohlrabi harvested. We've got a decent food supply. We've got a pretty patchy water supply. That's okay. That's okay. So yeah, these... I want that to be highest priority because I want them to build that before they build the lumber mill. Yeah. I've actually got a decent amount of logs in store, so maybe it's not so bad. We could get to those as well still because that's there. Yeah, there may be a bit of a period where we are just waiting for stuff to kind of progress. Because I think we're going to be locked behind the fact that we need to purify the water, as the words say, really, as the words say. Yes, we've got a nice stock of kohlrabi. You can both be paused now for the next few days. We've got 5 spare beavers. What do we need them doing? Not a huge amount. Can they not reach? No, not really, can they? All right, let's run a path over to here. I put that there. 3, 4. Cut trees. Mark all of those for cutting as well. We can max out our builders for now. Yeah. We can unpause one of these because there are a few blueberries there that they can get. We can get you to be demolished. Need to jink that path around there. There we go. So, you guys, yeah, you're just full. Okay. Need you to use the woods. That's okay. That's okay. I'm going to pause that. Pause that. What's the -1? Well, shelter mainly. I'm not too worried about that at the moment. Not too worried about that. We've got far too many other things to deal with. I like the fact that we are running out of wood. So what I'm going to do is, what I did last time is plant a mixture of birch, probably birch and pine. The birch will give us some wood fairly quickly. The drought over. So let's pause things and then work out. We are still short of 6, so see how we're doing once that all kicks in. So we're going to have one beaver working in there, making us planks. Hopefully that generates some power. We are one beaver, so you're going to be set to planting. I think we don't need you to be working. So, and then let's get one of those built as well. We've got thirsty beavers. And they're going to have hungry beavers as well, because we're down to berries, which kind of sucks. So, hopefully they can extract some water from this. We appear to have survived our first drought at least, assuming they can extract water from this. They can, that's good. We're getting crops planted. We've got blueberries coming in. I'm going to leave a blueberry picker working as well. That needs to be set to be water. So this guy's getting some horsepowers, which is good. It doesn't seem to be working, which is weird. Maybe he's going and getting himself locks. Okay. So hopefully now I'm going to prioritize building the forester because we really need that built next. Yep, and it's taking a while for the land to hydrate. I guess everything ramps up at different rates, I suppose. We'll see as we learn the map, I think. We're now generating 63 HP, which is good. We are getting some planks coming, which is very good. There we go. We're getting planks. Excellent. So they can start building this. I'm going to plan out birch trees. I think we'll do like a plot of birch trees like that right around the forester, so those get planted first. Then we'll do some pine trees out here and out here, and we'll see how they get on with that. I might have to do the odd jump cut in this to make progress, I think. Yeah, we are out of food. We now have water, so I guess what I could do is pause that farmer. I just had a very good phone call. Yeah, what I'm thinking I'm going to do is first set that to be water and then unpause this farmer, and that means that we can plant a little bit more crop. So yeah, we can go there. We can do one more row of kohlrabis like that. And it looks like we could probably plant those as well. And yeah, we need to maximize the amount of food that we have got growing, really. Oh, awesome. This dude's in. He needs to be a priority. Definitely. We've got foresters that cover the area, so when these trees crop up, we can chop them down. You can be paused for now. You can be paused for now. And I'm guessing that means they're going to go back to building these, which is good. We have no food at the moment, so yeah. And I wonder if I should put in another forester, actually, maybe down here. Yeah, maybe somewhere here. A bit further away, but I think that might be a good idea. We've probably got enough logs to do that, so let's put that in as well. Let's prioritize building that. Less panicked now that we've got a forester in. Yeah. So I really think our goal needs to be dealing with this toxicity. And I think there's obviously bad water coming in there. But it's also coming into where we are across there. So it feels to me like if we blocked off across here, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Right, so all of those are in. So let's pause that, and that gets us back some beavers. So let's get you built. Berry dude is going to come back and pick berries, so that should be okay. Tree planting dude is going to be tree planting. I'm going to leave them on a 16-hour working day. Why are we on -5? Probably because we're hungry. We're hungry and we don't have shelter. Housing. I could put 10, so it's 4 per for that, or 4 per for that, and it would use science, or 4 per for that, and it would use lots of science. Let's put one. I need to build 2 barracks blocks, which is 80 logs. I don't think we have 80 logs spare at the moment, if I'm being honest with you, beavers, because we've not built our system yet. So I'm actually wondering if maybe now we've got planks, we put floodgates in. This is where I was saying I made a mistake at the start. If I just demolished one of those dams, on one of those natural barriers on each side, I could have just put one of these in, and that would have probably been much better. We're still not really stockpiling a lot of water, so I think actually we need to build another water pump. And I think, yeah, they're quite low productivity. And I think that's down to the quality of the water that's coming in. So, birch trees are in. They're going to take 9 days to grow. So, get you going. Let's get you some priority. You're waiting for planks, which is fine. Yeah, so how would we ascend this? Guess where's our target to ascend to? Probably work backwards. Landscaping stairs are 70. I'm going to unlock them because we are going to need them. There and there. But that's then a huge drop, so maybe not. There. We're going to need platforms as well, aren't we? Much as I didn't want to unlock them, we're going to need platforms. So we need more science. So we need to raise all of that up to make it so we can make that step, unless I get dynamite. Everywhere's got double steps on it, hasn't it? Unless we come inside. I mean, if we get across to here, there's wood that we could make use of. Yeah. So maybe the trick. We're coming up on another drought, so we need our farmers to be working. I need to redistribute jobs. 5. Where am I going to find 5? You can go. You don't need to exist. You don't need to exist. You don't need to exist. You can be paused. You don't need to exist for now. How are we doing? Still 4 short. That's 2. You can be paused. 3 short. You can be paused. We are 2 short. You can be paused. We are 1 beaver short. You can be paused. Harvest is the most important thing at the moment. It's what's going to keep you alive, beavers. Right. What I was wondering is, pause. Is there a route up this that minimizes what we need to add in? It looks like there should be, but I think it's deceptive. I think it's deceptive. So what I'm thinking is we go there, there. We then need probably a triple platform. So that's 200 science. Triple platform. Yeah, so we need quite a lot of science to tackle this still. Or we get mega cheesy. Pause. You need to be harvesting the crops. You can see as the drought gets close, it starts to compromise. I actually want to build another farmhouse just to do the harvesting. This is going to be a rough second drought. It's going to be a rough second drought. I can feel it in me water. Or lack thereof. We are going to some serious working hours, beavers. We are going to some serious working hours. You need to get stuff done. Need 2 more planks, which we don't have to get that done, but that's not a problem. That's something for future me to worry about. I'll get these. Harvest. Harvest. Just harvest. Come on, come build this. Please harvest the kohlrabies so you don't all die. We've at least got 130 water. It's a 5-day drought. So we survived a 4.5. Yeah, we survived one of these before, so we might be okay. We might be okay. We'll keep them pumping until it completely dries out. Get across here, we get so much wood. So much wood. Yeah, I'm definitely interested in your opinion on us using warehouse cheese to make progress. All right. So we'll do replant tree, but you're not going to be doing anything now. You can be unpaused to cut down some of the trees that have grown in. Got 4 spare beavers, so you can be unpaused again. You can be unpaused. And yeah, please harvest these freaking kohlrabies or you are all going to die. It is basically that simple. don't harvest them, you don't continue living. If that happens, we've learned some stuff. Definitely learned some stuff if that happens. Learn how hard this map is. Come on, why aren't you? Stop pretending to be exhausted and harvest my bloody crops. Go to a 16-hour working day. Maybe they should have a bed to sleep in, I suppose. I don't know how big a difference that makes. You can be paused again. Come on, get these kohlrabies harvested. There are 6 of you doing it. You've got 1.3 days. I'm going to see through this drought. We'll see how we end up. And then that's going to be episode 1. And I don't know if I'm going to record episode 2 before you guys get to react to my questions. So, yeah, that might be a problem. I don't know. Of course. Food. There's a few blueberries there. So let's move you across to there. High priority build. Pause you. Yeah, we may as well have someone working in one where they can reach all of the berries. So we have got some food. We've got a reasonable amount of water. We've got 13 beavers, so still about 30 water a day. We've probably got almost enough water to keep them alive. Almost enough food. We've got enough food to keep them alive, so it doesn't matter too much that some of it's going to dry out. Apart from the fact that we'll then have to wait for it to replant and regrow. Although it looks like quite a lot. No. It looks like some of the berries are... maybe not. I don't know. Feels like we are going to be constantly touch and go. I am going to put down some housing for these beavers. I feel like them being constantly exhausted is having an impact. You know. This is going to be a long slog. What I'd like to do, 250 science for a fluid dump. Wondering about putting a fluid dump in here. The nice big-ish volume of water. It'll use a lot of water up. Use a lot of water up. My other thought is to actually put a water dump in here. Maybe put some floodgates in. Unlock some floodgates and like floodgate 1, 2, 3 across there, and like 1, 2, 3 across there, and put some water dumps in here. And turn this into little irrigation patches. That might work, actually. Really, we want some like 3x3 spots. So it would be... Problem is we probably can't have the B23. We probably can't have them going into this thing that claims to be water. So, yeah. That's the tricky thing. We now are almost dependent on our trees growing, which is also kind of a problem with the situation that we're in. So, yeah. Let's just speed time up because basically we need to survive the next couple of days. We've got a good amount of food. We could probably do with, once we get more wood, having a bunch of science huts that are just kind of sat there waiting to be used. But they are far from a priority at the moment. Let's think. If I wanted to, it would be one. If I wanted to get across here, we could use. We can't path on that stuff though, so no, it wouldn't be. It'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 8 times 6 is 36. 48 tree. 48 logs essentially, and a birch tree gives us 1. So pine tree gives us 2, so we probably have to use a whole crop of those to get across. But that would, yeah, I'm really not keen on using the warehouse cheese actually. So how much wood is it? It's only 12 logs to build. We could build another science hut. Because with no logs to cut down and a drought, we've not got a lot to do. I mean, they'll be busy once there's things to do, but at the moment there isn't out to do. We could extend, we could grab a few more of those birch trees, I guess. Which we may as well. There we go. Pause you. Prioritize building you so you get done, and then they can cut down those 4 whole birch trees. There's 4 more logs. Yeah. And then basically we're going to be waiting for trees to grow, really. So we've got 14 water left. We've got some food left. So let's start to unpause the things that I really need unpaused. And yeah, that's used all our beavers up. So you're going to be on planting duty. And hopefully we will have some water. But we survived. So that's episode 1 in the bag. We have 0 water left, but the drought is over. We've got a little bit of food, so we should be okay to get into cycle 3. I did ask the question about using the warehouse cheese to make some progress, but I think I'm going to use the platforms. And I think my next target is to get across the lake to get to that oak. It's a lot of wood. Once we've got access to that, I am going to try and get our way up here. That means we need to get a lot more science going and get up here. And I think close off these 2. Just looking, there's not a bad water source in. No, that's a mine. Yeah, I think that may not be the best option, but for me that's the obvious first option. Now, that may not be, because this map's, I think, a bit of a puzzle. That may not mean it's the right option, but I think that's the one I'm going to go for. So, yeah, I'm going to try and get up here so we can cut this wood so we can use it for the logs that we need. So we just have to bring planks in, and I think my goal is going to be to levy across here so that we can push this bad water off the map, back of the map this way initially. And at the same time, I think so that we can secure a more robust supply of stuff, I'm actually going to so close to having that built, I'm going to leave it actually. But I am going to pursue the idea of some floodgates across these so that we can turn this into a hydration pool so that we can farm a little bit and we can have some trees that are robust to the droughts and stuff. And because that's so far back, that should also be robust when we get a straight bad tide. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Click the like button if you enjoyed the video. Share your thoughts below, and I'll see you next time.